Yeah, I'm Nomad, you know, or Damon for the ones who know me by Damon. I'm from Yemassee, South Carolina. I like to call myself a producer. People like to call me a music producer. I like to call myself a producer of many things. But that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to know?
No. First, like, musical device, instrument, program. It could be anything. Your first one you ever got that kind of got you interested in the music.
When I was like 10 years old, something like that, 9, 10 years old, my brother was in college at the time at the University of South Carolina, and he was in the, I think it was the performance arts program or some shit like that. Some type of arts program, and they gave him a MacBook, and he already had a laptop at the time. So this is probably like, if I'm 10 years old, this is like 2005, 2006 for real. And once they gave him that MacBook, he had gave me, because he saw the potential in me and my other brother, he gave me a PC, and he had FL on there. Because he was already making beats at that time. That's like when Kanye was getting popular and shit like that. And when he started making beats, I was just inspired by that shit. I don't know, it was just something in me that it drew me to making beats. So that PC he gave me with FL Studio was my first ever anything music for real. Good question though, amazing question.
Like your favorite genre right now?
Shit, R&B, because I've been listening to the last 2 weeks. I've been going on R&B, but R&B has always been my favorite though, for the most part. Yeah, like a lot of Summer Walker, a lot of Party Next Door, shit like that. Yeah, and that's what I like to make for the most part.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of R&B. I'm in the R&B big time right now.
Yeah. Where's your influences? And I don't mean like artist-wise, but more like, I know my music taste is very southern, like South Atlanta, Savannah, even Florida. I have a lot of Florida influences and just what I like to listen to.
Okay.
Do you think South Carolina influences you?
Nah, I think I'm like into artists and just anybody who are themselves completely. So I'm like more of I like music, but I also like the artist's personality behind it, where they're from, what makes them who they are. So, you know, just like people being themselves kind of intrigues me more than just the music itself.
Right.
Because if I'm listening to music and I found out they're really not that authentic for real, I'm like, the music ain't that good no more.
Yeah,
but
it kind of messes up the image.
Exactly, but once I listen to music and I found out, damn, you're exactly who you sound to be or who you portray, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm into. So I'm into like people who are themselves, because I'm like that too. I like to bring my real life into the shit that I do.
So do you have a specific Nomad sound?
I don't know. Some people tell me I have a sound. I just try to make anything. I'm like a man of use for real. I like to be useful. So if in any room, like if I'm in a room with an R&B artist or in a room with a rap artist, whatever the case may be, I just want to be useful. So I just like to make whatever needs to be made. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But if I'm like I used to be in the modes where I used to make EDM music and I just made whatever I wanted. But now I'm starting to change how I feel about music and starting to collaborate more and just make what, you know, what's needed for real. So,
like, what do you love about collaboration and what do you hate about collaboration?
I think it's the same thing for both, for love and hate. I can't do what I want to do all the time. So I hate that because like I like to control everything, but I love that because it brings so much out of the whole process or whatever. As far as the whole the end goal or whatever it is, the end product. For real. So I love and hate the fact that I can't control it. You know what I mean?
If you could describe making music in one feeling, what would it be?
Euphoric.
What's like a harsh reality that you think of when making music that you think people need to know more about?
Just because you like it doesn't mean everybody else likes
it.
Yeah, that's a harsh reality right there. Just because you think it's hard and shit like that, that has nothing to do with everybody else. And then also like And it goes hand in hand with what I'm about to say now. Just because you're doing it your way doesn't mean it's gonna pop that way. And it's like at the end of it, like I used to think I was just gonna be a producer. I send it out the emails. I'm gonna get placements from that. But now I'm starting to realize I gotta meet people, network, I gotta have events, I gotta DJ, I gotta, you know, be outside for real. I gotta post on Instagram so much, you know what I mean? So that's the harsh reality, is just like figuring out that it's not just music. Even though my music is my passion, there's so much other shit around it to just get that shit off the ground for real. So that's the biggest that's the harshest reality for me, to be honest.
Favorite memory in regards to music?
Can I give two?
Yeah.
All right, my first one is gonna be, my parents used to take me to, there's a jazz festival in Jacksonville.
I know about that.
And my parents used to take me to this shit every year, ever since I was a kid. And that's like one of my favorite memories, because it's a free music festival. And that's one of my favorite memories, just being there and just being around music and shit like that, and just being around a different type of culture than what, like, you know, the more young and urban rapping culture. It was just like, damn, everybody enjoys music. And then, you know how jazz is, it's so many people come together for that one type of music. So I feel like that's a really good memory. My second memory is, I got some older brothers, they're into music as well. They became DJs. Nobody actually knows the story for real, but they became DJs. Matter of fact, let me go back. I had a brother that used to be a videographer for T-Pain, like a tour videographer. He worked out a deal where he could get his DJ group. It was an EDM DJ group, all black, and they got on tour with T-Pain, like a college tour, and it was rocking that shit out. So that's one of my greatest memories, to see my brothers open up for such a huge artist for months at a time. That was amazing. So those are the two favorite ones.
And you said it was EDM.
EDM.
All black.
All
EDM.
black group.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like, those are my two biggest ones right there. Those are the ones that like, that's the one that kind of introduced me to like just the performative end of it, and then the other one just showed me that I could really make it out of South Carolina doing something I love. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. What's your opinion on the current kind of streaming versus selling records, selling CDs in the music industry right now? Or more of like artists independently streaming their own music, not on Spotify, Apple, like different websites.
I got a love and hate thing about that one. Mainly because I'm looking at it from an artist or a producer standpoint, but I'm also looking at it from a consumer standpoint. You know what I mean? 'Cause
right.
when I was a kid, like, don't get me wrong, it was interesting, like having to find a CD. Or I was just talking to South. We were talking, it was actually South Atlanta. We were all talking about like how I had a CD player in my first car, and I had to listen to whatever CD I had for real. So from a consumer standpoint, I love it, because it's just like, I love music so much that I want to be able to listen to it all the time. So, but from the other standpoint, it's kind of like, it makes it harder for us as creatives. It makes it harder for us to really gain traction, because it's just so saturated these days. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Yeah, so it's a love and hate thing, but all in all, man, we can't change it. You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do about it.
Do you believe rap is dying, like they say?
Nothing is dying. Everything is actually, we're at the best of the best for everything. Anything creative, like for instance, like me being a producer, or just people being an artist. When I first started as a producer, like I said, it was like 2005, 2006. It was hard to find drums. You know, it was hard to find anything. Nowadays, you can get on a platform and get all the drums you need that you're looking for at the drop of a dime. You know what I mean? So, where we're at now, nothing is dying. We're at the best of everything. This is a perfect time to be a creator, because you can control it.
Right. What's some advice you would give for an artist, musically wise, to stay passionate, being that it's such a booming, competitive industry?
Do it for the love of it. Don't do it for any monetary gain. Don't do it for any attention, for any glory, anything like that. Do it because you genuinely love to do it. Yeah, that's how you stay in it. Because if you don't love to do it, and you're just doing it for money or doing it for glory, just know that money and glory isn't always going to be there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, do it because you genuinely love it. That's the advice.
Is your message to yourself, to the world, to your future listeners and supporters, current listeners and supporters?
Just be you. Yeah, it's like very cliche. I feel like everybody says that, but it's like one of the truest statements you could live by is just to be you. Yeah, you can't be anybody else. And then when you try to be everybody else, like, it's just not gonna make sense. It's not gonna be authentic. It's just, yeah, just be you, and it should've worked out. Like, just trust in the process. It should've worked out.
Very good. Y'all heard it here. Nomad on Moss.
Come on.
Moss.
Come on.
Stop playing.